right here as we're walking by that tree, and there's a whole neighborhood on the other side of those that kudzu and that fence. But I smell a strong smell of cigarette smoke and stale beer. That's gross. I don't drink, so I don't like the smell of this beer, and I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, etc. And so I cannot stand the smell of cigarettes anymore. Well, and it's not that I can't stand it. It's just it gives me the feeling. It gives me the feeling like if I hit the cigarette, that I can't breathe. Because when I stopped smoking cigarettes, I could breathe again. I could breathe again, and it was. Now, how did that get in there? It was what do you say, a revelation or something? Because when I quit smoking, I could actually feel. Hey, I could actually feel my lungs getting better, or clearer, or whatever, clearing up, and again I could move. I could walk up the stairs better, and then and of course I could smell it better, smell cigarettes better, or whatever, and they smelled nasty. Then sit. Dink, sit. Sit down. Have a good day. And then food tastes better. Food, you can actually like taste how good the food tastes, and everything. Quitting cigarettes was one of the best things I ever did. And I was so addicted, though, again, when I quit. I was smoking 2 packs a day, easy. And I quit cold turkey. I quit. When I said, okay, I'm not going to smoke again, I just didn't smoke again. And that baffled me, because again I was so addicted to smoking. I was smoking 2 packs a day, like nearly, and for that nearly just like one after the other. And then again, sometimes I would be smoking and then eating, and then I would be smoking. I had my cigarette right there, and I take a bite, and then I take a puff, and then I was hooked. To quit just cold turkey like that. But so I was talking. But what was the main factor and the main part of my quitting smoking so easily was I didn't have people on my back and just talking shit and giving me stress and stuff. Hello, have a good day. Have a good day. And I didn't have a bunch of shit going on. I mean, I did, but the shit that I had going on was like my shit, or you know what I'm saying? So like if I had a problem, or if there was a problem, for whatever reason, again, it was my fault. It was my doing, you know what I'm saying? My responsibility. It wasn't I was taking up slack or covering up or whatever for somebody else that was a scumbag that I was involved with, or whatever, that I was obligated or whatever to. And so the stress level and stuff like that. It was a lot easier to just not smoke. And and that helped out a lot, because I was just like, well, I don't want to smoke. I don't need to smoke. And go. So I just stopped. I just didn't smoke. And again, many times before, but because of whatever, I quit one time. I had a wife or a girlfriend, let's say, or whatever you want to call it, the situation. But and I had quit for a while, for a couple months, for 2 months, let's say, and she started, like, going off, ragging on me, cussing me out, blah, blah, blah. And again, I have a mental problem. So some stuff, it's just, when it's too much to handle and comprehend, well, it's just too much. And it does damage, okay? So I wasn't smoking, and then this happened, and it was putting me in a situation that I had to do it, because this is my girlfriend or whatever, and she needed it done, or it was supposed to be done, or something to better us or whatever. And but it wasn't that calm and just collected and easy. It was like you will do it or die. I was like, oh shit. Again, not so extreme, but to that extreme. And my first reaction was, I need a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? And after, it was 2 months again, and after that though, and I got that cigarette, I smoked again, just like I never stopped. And like that 2 months was a waste. Because smoking sucks. And I wish I never would have started in the beginning ever, because it did a lot of damage too. And I haven't been smoking now for 10 years or maybe more, give or take a year, let's say. And I'm still getting over like some of the effects and stuff from smoking. But a lot of them and stuff do clear up pretty good, and you can get your body and lungs and heart and etc. to pretty much go back to normal for the most part. Once you do some real good damage, though, you know what I'm saying, you can clear it up, but you'll never fix the problem. There'll still be some kind of sign, issue. Good morning. Say hi. You say hi. You say hi. I didn't bring a ball. Oh, what a day. What a day. At least it's really not raining. Well, while we're at the park. But if it would have been raining like it was, or, as you can see, would have been better. but because they would have gotten wet, and I wanted to get out and get them wet. but we wouldn't have came this far. We wouldn't have came to the park. We would have stayed in the alleyways. And since it wasn't raining, but wet, and they started chasing each other in the middle over here, I said, let's just go to the park and they can run. Now again, if it had been raining, we wouldn't have walked this far. But since it's just wet and not raining at all, and I thought it was going to rain just a second ago, but nope. But yeah, if it would have been raining, we would have stayed in the alleyways closer to home. But they would have got wet. That was the whole purpose. I wanted to get out right then when we got out, so they could get wet. Hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, you too, baby. Those two, and then that one right there, they're calling, hey baby. Who's that? Who's that? Fluffy? You go see? Go see. Go see. Hurry, go. Hurry, go. Okay, come on. Come on. Good girl. You another one? Another one? See? Go. We got wait on the crosswalk. Have a good day. Merry Christmas. You say Merry Christmas? You say Merry Christmas? First video before this one was like 45 minutes. I didn't stop it. I didn't pause it like I should have. I don't like making long videos like that. Most of my people on our channel, our subscribers, they really like the shorts and the 5-minute videos at that. So go. I try to keep them short, but sometimes with my commentary, they end up being longer, especially like when I'm trying to explain something that I kind of need, like someone to hear the commentary and kind of relate and understand the, certain situations. And because I'm not smart enough, I can't just, I don't know how to just kind of sum it all up into a 5-minute verbal speech or whatever. And then sometimes I'll be talking or something, and then something happens or reminds me or whatever, and it drifts. It takes me off into another memory. Go. I like that truck, Nissan. I would love to have it. Oh. I was gonna say I would die to have a truck like that, or a big van, like this van coming down the road right now. Not that I would die for it, I would kill. But look at that. Oh, it's a box U-Haul deal, not a box truck, a box van, U-Haul van. Oh, I'd love to have one. We would live in it. Me and these pups, we would live in it. With this slumlord and this nasty ghetto apartment and neighborhood that's all racist and shitty. It's a little much. It would be much easier to have a van and live in a van. Go. Yeah, this is much better. It'll be much better. To live off the grid, but not even like live off the grid. I would, and this sounds crazy, but I would go live in Slab City. Hey, baby. He's like, where's my treat? Hey, baby. Come right here. Come on. I would live at Slab City, and again, it's not a place, really. Hey, baby. Come on. Go, Jay. See. If you don't know Slab City, look it up. But Slab City, right there. Slab City, even, Traverse City, or besides Traverse City, I would live if I could find an abandoned building that was that nobody like messed with, or you know, left alone, yada yada, whatever. I would try to confiscate that and like live there. Go home, go home. You gotta go home. Like apocalyptic world, like the Book of Eli, when he would, like in the beginning, when he went into that house and, you know, kind of just put his little Walkman on or whatever and chilled out. Well, and then found the cat or the rat and ate it. But I wouldn't go to that extreme. But as far as shelter and living, I would. Definitely, especially to what I've been going through and living where I live. Mary Jane. I would do it. But I gotta tell you, look, that little van right there. I pray to God that I could come up with some kind of van transportation, any kind of transportation. Of course, my preference would be a plus. Again, a big van, and but transportation and running transportation would be all I would wish for right now. Any form of transportation, as long as it was mobile, you know, the engine ran, and you could move, you could go from A to B, and no problems, you know. I would do almost anything for that. I knew this guy. He had a car, and it was busted down in every friggin' which way you could think of. Except, it half-ass ran. And the dude was like, hey man, you can have this car if you get it out of my driveway. He goes, I know it looks bad, but it just needs a jump. And it looked like it needed way more than a damn jump. So I got a jump, and guess what? The damn thing worked. But then, it halfway wouldn't start. I'd have to roll it off on the hill to start it. The brakes wouldn't work real good. I had to gear down again. You're the man. And again, the brakes wouldn't work really, so I had to gear down and then use an emergency brake. And but I worked this car. The windshield was spiderweb so bad. I mean, it was the whole car wasn't drivable. Road legal drivable. It was drivable. I would drive it, but again, road legal it was not. The front end was smashed in like this. Okay, like it ran head first into that pole right there. It was smashed in. The damn windshield again was so spiderwebbed. It was just the brakes didn't work. It didn't have second gear, so you'd have to go to first to third. And let me see. It had tags from another state. From another state, and were expired for over 10 years. Okay, and but I kept the tags on there too, just so I'd have tags at least. And here, the tags were here. were 10 years expired and registered. I didn't have a title for the car or any kind of ownership. Merry Christmas! Yeah, I know. Who's that? Who's that? But back to that. But at that point in time, I was just getting back into this town, and so I took the car. Okay, now it's my car. I drove it everywhere I could drive it, the way it was and everything, and it came because at the time when I was homeless again, just getting to this town or whatever, and I had this car. But I slept in the thing, and the thing was my my home, and go. Don't run. Have a good day. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hey, baby. I am really out. I didn't even bring the bag. I'm really out. I promise. Hey, we got your Christmas gifts. We were waiting on Mama's. Hers is coming late. Hey, baby. Next time, I promise. And so and again, for that note, even this was like a little Toyota. This was like the tiniest damn little car. Two-door, baby size, small back seat, almost like a Volkswagen. And I would sleep in it when I didn't have a place to sleep. I slept in it. Kaka. Merry Christmas, good morning. And yeah, slept in it, stored stuff in it, and like the crappy trunk, and couldn't drive it at night because the lights wouldn't work. And if you did get the lights to work, it would run the battery down because the alternator was also bad and you didn't keep it charged. It was a whole mess. But I made it work. And long story, and then it got taken from me because of a girl. Well, it got taken from me from one of the same damn vindictive damn girls I had dated in my life, but that's a whole nother story. But for that note, right now, and this feeling and what I've been going through, I would love to have that car. They won't bother you. Have a good day. Merry Christmas. All right. She shooed the dog, but she wasn't polite to me. She wasn't polite to them either, but she shooed them. Merry Christmas and look at me like I'm stupid. That's the way to be. But yeah, we're home. And I pray to God to help me out, help me get any car, any kind of vehicle. I have lived in many towns in many states in many parts of all over the U.S. And I tell you, oh my God. I will tell you that California is the most rudest, most nasty, most hateful, most disrespectful, most racist place to be these days than anywhere else. And it's shitty. Hey, Mama.